All right, everyone, welcome. I'm going to get my screens toggled around here to say a hello to you all. Welcome to this mini retreat hour. Why are we doing this? Well, when we heal and write and publish and launch and promote together, the world receives the gift of not just reading our brave words, but being a part of really a world-changing revolution. The energy and community that is Brave Healer Productions. I am so grateful to you all for being here tonight, for being a part of this and all of the things that we've been up to. It's been amazing. When we do these things together, we realize and celebrate this foundation of healing as the journey for what we're up to. This has meant that our projects have had a higher vibe and a greater impact in the world. It's such big potato stuff to me. Sometimes I don't even know how to express how grateful I am to the people who have said yes to coming in and presenting tonight for you, my presenters for the Brave Healer Writers Retreat in New York. We have almost all of them here tonight for you to give you some experiences. I'm so grateful to the community of authors that has come in, and everyone, all the brave healers who have come to play in the sandbox with me. Thank you so much to the teachers, master teachers and healers and presenters. You're all amazing guides and coaches who've joined me this evening to help give you all this power hour of healing. Get ready, y'all. Grab a notebook and pen if you don't already have one. You're going to want that. I wanted all of you to meet our lineup of master teachers and just have a taste. Each of them has about 5 minutes to give you a taste of their magic tonight. So you are going to enjoy presentations, and I'm going to actually give you a little copy paste into the chat tonight, but I'll have this in our notes too. But there we go. Hopefully that worked out. You're going to have presentations from Phil Tavolacci, master healer, author, and artist, longtime very good friend of mine. Really honored that you're here, Phil. Thank you. Stephanie Urbina Jones and Jeremy Pager, the co-founders of Freedom, Folk, and Soul. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. They're kind of the reason I decided to get authors together and do something not on Zoom. So it's your fault, you guys. It's your fault. But you both have been such a big gift to me. Getting to know you and your mission and combining forces has been a dream come true. Thank you. Atlantis Wolf, master shamanic healer. Oh my gosh, you guys, we'll see what sort of taste she gives us tonight, because it's always slightly different every time I see her and listen to her. But Atlantis, you also have been the biggest gift to me, knowing you and collaborating with you and being able to read your beautiful, brave words in all of the books that you have come into and all of the projects. But you've also been this incredible force of healing energy for everybody that's been in every single project. So I really appreciate how you show up. Thank you. And Holly Jean Jackson is maybe a new-ish face to you all in this healer community. She is badass business coach extraordinaire, author of Inspiration Contagion, which was published by Brave Healer Productions. Holly is a powerful, connected, and strategic business coach who took business coaching to another level for me in terms of like what I realized business coaches should be doing. And I love that you said yes to coming to the retreat and helping us with this piece of things, Holly, because it's putting a puzzle piece in the project for me that I really needed. And I needed a partner in it because I needed to not be the one teaching all of it. So thank you. Susie Schaefer, wave at me. Where are you, girl? There you are. Okay. Susie and I met and had some conversations, and then it turned into, oh my gosh, Susie, you need to come to the retreat. Will you come? She's like, yes, I'll come. And it was just like fast and furious, and here she is tonight. And she publishes, y'all. She is a fellow publisher, and she also has a magical healer piece to her that you're going to have a taste of tonight. So can't wait. Thank you, Susie, for saying yes. The presenter that you won't meet tonight, everyone, is Colleen Avis, and her contact info is in that chat for you. Colleen and I met several years back. She's actually local to me. She came in to do Sacred Spaces, and some of you know that book project. It's 2 books now, and she'll be publishing her 3rd in the series coming up next year in 24. She is a life coach and a yoga instructor and a Chopra Center. Someone help me with the word coach. I think they call them coaches too. But this woman is powerfully connected in the world, and she's the reason that book, one of our books, her book, was in the Oscar gifting suites. So if you don't already know Colleen, you should get to know her, and she'll be with us in lots of different ways beyond tonight. But I wanted to make sure to give her a shout out. She is an incredible woman with a big energy and big, big heart. She is here to support in all the ways. So Colleen, thank you so much for saying yes to this and for being a part of this. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let's get into the fun. I'm going to have Phil start us off, and I'm going to just do a little pinning of you first, Phil. And yeah, we'll do the big face. And if you guys want to watch this on speaker view for your sake, then you have to go up to that top right-hand corner of your Zoom where it says view. And you just need to change it to speaker view if you would like the speaker big, okay? But I'm gonna pin it for the video. So Phil, it is all you.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, well, hello everybody from Ashton, Maryland, kind of halfway between Baltimore and DC. So I'm Phil Tavolacci, and as Laura mentioned briefly before, we go way back. About 20 years, I think. I was trying to calculate in my mind before, but she actually introduced me to myofascial release, and I've been a myofascial release therapist for 20 years. So that's how the math is mathing. And anyway, my primary modality for all these years has been as a physical therapist doing myofascial release. But about 10 or 11 years ago, I went to an incredible sound healing workshop retreat by Tom Kenyon, who many of you have probably heard of before. This was out in Seattle, and it really blew my mind, just how much sound could influence consciousness, and just, everything is influenced by sound and vibration. And so for this last decade, I've basically been accumulating a lot of sound healing tools and instruments, and I haven't really, done much in terms of like sound baths or anything like that, like I'll be doing at the retreat. But at the end of almost all of my myofascial sessions, when everyone's energy system is really open and their fascia is open and their whole consciousness is open, I usually end with some sound. And it's just really remarkable how people report what unfolds in just such a short period of time. And then I was actually just remembering that the book that I wrote 10 years ago, sound had an influence in that as well, in that I was at a workshop and a speaker was up on stage, and I totally was not connecting with her. And so rather than leaving the room, I just went to the back of the room where there was nobody, and I closed my eyes and I started humming and toning. And I had wanted to write a book for a couple of years, but nothing had really come through as inspirational. And as I was humming and toning in the back of that room, the title downloaded, and then all the chapters downloaded. And then I wrote that book in 9 months. And I really do credit that moment of just getting out of my own way and letting sound come through to open up my intuition. So, tonight we don't have that much time. I'm not going to bring you through a big elaborate sound journey, but I did pull out a couple of my favorite sound tools. And so in these last few minutes that we have together, I'm just going to bring you through a little bit of a sound experience. So what I'd like you to do, if you're comfortable and if you're in a safe space to do so, is to just close your eyes, get really cozy in your chair, and just set the intention that the next 2 to 3 minutes, you're just going to go on a journey. We're not looking to cure or heal or treat or fix anything in 2 to 3 minutes. Just gonna go on a little bit of a sound wave and consciousness journey. So just start with a couple deep breaths, just in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just one more. And just relax.
Hey, Phil,
Yeah.
we can't hear the sound from those, but Jeremy, what does he need to do to his setting to make that happen? Do you know?
You have to turn on original sound for musicians. And so it's up in my left-hand corner, but I think you have to do it if you go to that little arrow by your microphone and go to audio settings.
Yep.
And there should be a button that says original sound for musicians, like a little checkbox
Under audio profile.
under audio profile. Yeah.
Okay.
I see that, Phil. Do you have it yet?
So I'm on audio and I'm looking for
Yeah, there should be
audio
speaker
profile.
Yep. Keep going down, and there's a
right underneath it.
bubble.
Okay, original sound for musicians. Click that.
Yeah, click that, and then you can exit out of there. And then up in your left-hand corner, there should be like, it says original sound for musicians off. You just want to click it on.
Okay, I got it.
There you go.
Tell me, can you hear it now?
Yay!
100%.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you all. All right, close your eyes again. So just another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And one more in through your nose and out through your mouth. And it wouldn't be a Zoom without starting with a technical issue. So sorry about that.
That is for sure. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. The more I learned about, yes, let's snap and clap, however you guys want to do it. Wave, snap. I'll give Phil the gold glitter heart and we'll be good. All right. The more I learn about sound, the more I learn about the profound ways you can shift. And it's something I knew that I wanted to have at the retreat as an experience. And I would just combine our mini sessions tonight with the question, how do you feel now? And you can write a word down, you can check in with yourself. And we're going to have so much fun when we're together and having these experiences, and then being able to use writing in combination, which is something I have coined the brave story medicine method, because your stories are medicine. And when you bring them out from a place that's connected, and Phil just gave us a way to connect. That was so beautiful. So thank you, Phil. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Phil's info is up in the chat for you all. So please, as we go through the evening, I'll remember later too to remind you guys to save the chat, but you can have their info. And we have all kinds of things, all kinds of places where you can find the websites and all the info for later. So let's see here. Stephanie and Jeremy, I'm going to turn it over to you two. And thank you so much for the quick sound troubleshooting. That was amazing.
Learn through a lot of pain.
Well, hello, y'all. My name is Stephanie Urbina Jones,
And I'm Jeremy Pager.
And we are the co-founders of Freedom Folk and Soul, and we are so super excited to be a part of this magic weekend. I want to say we're going to be bringing the music and the drumming. We're going to help you get in your body and help crack open your heart and bring the fun. And the one thing I want to say before we get started is, because she wouldn't toot her own horn, you want to be there because you want to be in the presence of Laura DeFranco. Having had the opportunity to lead journeys with her presence, she's amazing on Zoom, y'all, but it's a whole nother game when you're in her presence. So we're excited to be there with her.
Yeah, I'm just really super grateful to be here and see you all, and honored that Laura asked us to be part of this. And we're going to be bringing breath work, our Toltec Sacred Journey breath work, to the weekend. And, you know, Laura said, can you do something in 5 minutes? And I'm like, we've never done anything in 5 minutes in our lives, but we're going to do a little experiential exercise and just kind of feeding off of what Phil already did. But I'm going to invite everybody to just take a great big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And if you're comfortable, just allowing your eyes to close. And this is just a moment of surrender. Just surrendering to this moment and pulling our attention and our awareness into the body. And as we breathe, just noticing how we feel in our body, the resistance, the stories. And there's nothing to do, there's nowhere to be, there's no right or wrong. So taking another deep breath and bringing our attention fully into our heart. And as our attention comes into our heart, I wanted to allow that awareness, that attention, that feeling to just expand. We are beautiful dreamers, and we are beautiful creators. And it is our job to chip away the stone and find our beautiful authenticity and our power underneath it all, with our words, with our thoughts, with our energy.
I once knew a wise old man, Maximilian was his name. He was an artist of life, a sculptor by trade. I used to sit and watch him work. I'd ask him questions, I'd try to learn about the magic that he made. But he'd just smile and say, I'm chiseling out my soul like a Michelangelo. He found spirit in the stone. I'm chiseling out my soul. Well, I used to go and visit him maybe once or twice a week. I drank in every moment. I was thirsty for his kind of peace. He said, let love be your discipline, girl, carve out your experience. Be authentic and be real. That's how my peace was revealed, by chiseling out my soul like a Michelangelo. He found spirit in the stone. I'm chiseling out my soul like a precious piece of treasured art. I'm not for sale. I've worked too hard to find out who I am. And at my age, I don't give a damn. I'm chiseling out my soul like a Michelangelo. He found spirit in the stone. I'm chiseling out my soul.
Taking another deep breath and feeling your body, feeling the song, feeling the words, feeling your authenticity. The world needs our medicine. The world needs our unique individual expression in words and thoughts and message. We are our own medicine men and medicine women.
Well, my friend Max, he died a few years back, but I think about him every day. You see, his words of wisdom, they got my heart when I got a tough choice to make. He said, everyone's got an artist's eye. We are painting pictures with our lives. Everything you say and do is a frame canvas of your own truth. So we're chiseling out our souls like a Michelangelo. He found spirit in the stone. We are chiseling out our soul. I hope.
Taking another slow, deep breath and gently, gently coming back, holding on to that authenticity, holding on to that expansion, holding on to our love. So welcome back.
Oh my goodness. Let's give them a wave. That was a mini taste of the power of what you two do together. And in a Sacred Journey breathwork session, it is a much deeper dive into places you all might not even know exist. It is profound healing. It's one of the most profound healing modalities I've ever used in my life. And y'all are in for a big treat when you join us at the retreat. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
So once upon a time, there was a 14-year-old girl who was sexually abused by her coach. She was brave enough to tell her mom. She and her mom fought for 3 years to put the guy behind bars, and they succeeded. The girl is my daughter, and I am that mom. This is called Maybe Even the World. Sometimes I want someone to ask me how I did it, because even I'm not sure how I survived, and I need a chance to find the answers. Sometimes I want to shout out the pain from the rooftops. I want you to hear my crazy naked ass because I can't feel alone anymore. Sometimes, some days, sitting in the dark alley of my mind makes me wonder how anyone survives. And I think, I'm lucky. This could have been worse. Gratitude always softens the course, but comparing my pain to yours only works for a moment. I know it's what I'm making things mean that makes it seem one way or another, and that for you, it is what it is. Same for me, too. I need to tell you my story, not because I need you to fix it, but because I must release it from my heart. I need a witness. And not because I expect you to understand, but because you're a safe, sacred space for my soul to land. Your listening ears and calm bring me down a notch. Many times I feel desperate, so I remember to write to myself, "How did you make it, you badass?" Something answers, "I don't know." And then, thank goddess, something else grabs the microphone. You stayed awake. You breathed. You didn't make any of the pain mean anything. You gave yourself permission to feel. You moved out of your head and into your core and anchored yourself there. You reached out for help. You wrote it all down. You screamed, cried, laughed, and walked it out when you felt like you'd drown. You, my warrior friend, made it. You did it. And now it's okay to rest. This wasn't a test. We tasked you with this. We knew it was you and you alone who'd take the lesson and run with it. Tell your story and change a life. Maybe even the world. So world, this time I won't wait for you to ask. I'm inviting myself to this storytelling party. And even if I'm the only one who hears it, I'll remember. That matters. So that is my version of the 5-minute presentation tonight. Little poetry therapy, little writing from the soul. You guys are going to have a really wonderful taste of that from me when you join us. Atlantis Wolf, are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. And thank you for making it terrifying to follow you up. That's fantastic. Laura gave me a place to feel safe. And so it's her fault that I have been in 8 Brave Healer production books, that I'm going to Egypt for number 9, and then I'm in her poetry book, which will be book number 10, because now that she has made it feel safe, I can't stop talking about things that are important to me And it is always shocking that I was very quiet and almost silent because I grew up with a rageaholic, and the safest thing to do was to be silent. So I grew inside, and Laura gave me a place to come out of my cave. And now I can talk about all the things I haven't talked about for decades. It's all in there, it just wasn't spoken. And I am calling in from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a professional healer and guide. I'm a shaman. I'm a licensed medical massage therapist, private practice for 13 years, helped over 3,000 people, and do group calls and all kinds of retreat and fun stuff like that. I love working with people, and I love listening to people because inevitably they have all the answers, and it's just a matter of giving it back to them. So, because I work with pain, and pain has been my business, I want you to take that breath that everyone's been so good about and breathe into your body. And when you breathe out, give it a sound, a moan, a tone, and a groan. And it could be just sort of a, ah. It could be less dramatic than that, but it could be. You never know. Just one breath. Ah. Okay, I feel better. So I'm going to ask you to go into your body, and I want you to find something that hurts. I want you to find something that's painful, something that's uncomfortable, something that is not feeling at ease, something physical, and find it in your body. Now, of the many things that I am, I'm also a fire keeper. I'll be bringing a fire ceremony to the retreat. So fire is the element of transformation. When we go through the medicine wheel, we have water, which is about dreaming and birth. We have earth, which is about moving and the sun over you, the middle, the maturity. We have fire, which is moving into that ring of fire, that last little bit of it, and the wisdom. And then we have breath, which is silent. That is the shh in between the lifetimes. You could think of it as the sun coming up, being high, being low, and then the sun going away. It has its death. The day is done. It's time for a pause. But right now, we are looking at fire. So focus on the flame. Think about that thing that's painful in your body. It could be a little bit of pain. It could be a lot of pain. It could just be a kink. It could be uncomfortable, something like that. Breathe into it and use your eyes to drop that pain into the flame. Use your breath to mine out every cell of tension and pain associated with that in your body. And use your eyes to drop it into the flame. Harness the most potent medicine you have, your imagination, and imagine that pain is moving into the flame with every breath. There may be a story associated with that pain. You may be shifting something like, I can't make money, I can't sing, I can't be wealthy, I can't have a life that's easy and comfortable. Somebody told me something that wasn't true, and I believed it. Let yourself in this moment use the power of imagination to drop it into the fire. When you have it all out of your body and into the flame, take a last breath in, and then feel what it feels like now that it's gone. Fill back that space with love, source love, divine love, the big golden, sparkly, pink, achievable chi, prana, life. Breathe that into the space that used to be pain, and be amazed at how powerful you are, that without touching you, someone could influence and shift your energy and give yourself a moment to feel how light and airy and giggly and joyful your heart feels as it overflows and fills in your spaces. I'm Atlantis Wolf. I can't wait to meet you. I'm very excited about this retreat, and I want you to know that it is the greatest honor of my life to be asked to be part of it. I can't wait to be there with you.
Thank you, Miss Atlantis. Ooh, I love the way that candle is right in the zoom. I love that. I put a little bit of my back pain in there for you. It's in there. It's out of me. All right. And everyone check in, right? And if you're going to use the experience to inspire a message, you know, how do you feel now? Write a word down. Maybe one of Atlantis's questions brought an answer to you tonight. You could write that down. Use that for some journaling later on. Really, really powerful. I write to feng shui my soul first and foremost. I want to move what's in here out there so that I can use it as an awareness practice. I want to see, I want to be my own witness to what's in there. Sometimes I'll write and I'll look there and I'll be like, whoa, do I think that? Whoa, right? And so the writing piece is an incredible, incredible awareness tool. Holly Jackson, you are up next. You ready?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be here. And I mean, my goodness, that was so powerful. I've been combating some extreme pain in my right arm for the last 5 months. So that was incredible, Atlantis. Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to be here. What's coming up for me right now to share with everyone is, first of all, you're probably wondering, why is a business coach here, right? Well, my passion and my calling in this life is really to work with healers. And I found that the way I could have more of an impact was helping business owners that had healing modalities in the world, because then I could have a ripple effect. So it's really been about empowering them with the tools that they need in business and marketing and getting their message of healing into the world. And so for everyone here, that's my magic power. Like, that is my sweet spot, is helping people understand the importance of their message and getting that out to larger communities so that they can have that impact. And I want to share today, because I feel like this is something that's a problem for everyone. As you write that book, you're brave, like Laura shared that beautiful, inspiring, and also emotional poem earlier. Once you put those words to paper and you publish that in the world, it doesn't end. The bravery continues beyond publishing that book. So that's what it is about getting your book and your message into the world. And I find that time and time again, even professional speakers who publish books, the biggest challenge that they combat in marketing their book is that they get in their own way. They're afraid to share their message. They're afraid it's selfish to market their message. They're afraid that, their message isn't important. It's not going to resonate with enough people. So I want to share a couple of stories, because hello, we're talking about books, we're talking about messages, and stories resonate all the way back to caveman times. That's what we remember. That's what we connect to. So I'm here to tell you your story and your message matters. I attended this event years ago, and this speaker, Sean Stevenson, who's no longer with us, shared this powerful message. And this is for people that were afraid to put their message into the world, and in particular, speak publicly on stage. And I'm here to tell you that as an author or a future author, one of the best ways to get your message out into the world is to speak on stage. So we have to get past that fear, whether it's a video on social media, it's a post through marketing anywhere online, a YouTube vertical video, a physical stage, talking at a coffee shop, doing a book signing. You are going to be faced with that fear, and I want to help you get rid of that today. So what Sean shared was, he had this lady who's terrified of speaking publicly come on stage, And he said, you know, what do you do for a living? What is your magical superpower in business? And she shared it with this audience of hundreds of people. And then he looked to the audience and said, I want you to line up one by one in front of the microphone and tell this young lady exactly why you need what she provides as a service. So they did. They lined up one by one and shared with her why they needed her to share her message. And he came back to this young lady and said, how do you feel now? And she said, all I feel is overwhelming love. So I don't know about you. Every time I tell this story, I get goosebumps because I get so excited about the message that you have to share, the healing power that you have to share with the world. And so the message I have for you today is get out of your own way. Stop blaming the message. Stop blaming the discomfort you feel and sharing that. Can you imagine if you could just heal even one single person's life with your story? Just one person. That's all it takes to leave your legacy behind. And imagine if we can reach hundreds or communities, that would be an incredible healing effect that we need in the world today. And so that's what came up for me to share today, Laura. And I hope that that is resonating and I didn't go over time. So
You're awesome, Holly. Yes, completely aligns. Yes, let's wave, let's snap. I'm going to give you another gold glitter heart for that. Yes, and you all can probably hear why Holly and I, have been hanging out together, and some of the reasons why that kind of business coaching is my kind of business coaching, because I've worked with lots of people. I really have. And then when you find somebody that aligns, who's really vibing with you on those levels, those love levels, it's hard to find sometimes, but when you do, that's it. So Holly is going to help us at the retreat with that marketing promotion piece, because after you launch, like, now what, right? And there's a whole incredible, amazing journey that happens after all of that craziness goes down. Holly, thank you for being here tonight and for being a part of this.
thank you.
So Susie Schaefer is up. Are you ready?
I am ready. I just love this group. The energy is so good already. Super cool. So thank you, Laura, for having me. And so I met Laura like a year ago, and we reconnected and reached out to her. And then when she discovered that I do readings for people, we did a reading, and it was pretty awesome. And I found that while I work as a publisher, one of the things that really connects me to people is that many of the books that I work on are veterans, people with PTSD, abuse survivors, those kinds of things. And so the healing's a real thing. And in the writing process, that's what they go through. But then when I decided to start encouraging my own spiritual gifts to come through as an intuitive channeler, and to work with people and call into my readings with them, those messages, it had a profound impact on a lot of the people I was working with. So at the retreat, I'm actually not going to be even probably talking about publishing at all. I'm going to let you guys handle that because you are awesome at what you do. And thank goodness for Laura and Holly. But I am going to be doing some readings at the retreat. I'll be doing some group readings. I'll be doing some personal readings because I want you guys to understand what the messages are that you might not be aware of. Now, I also encourage everybody to please pull your birth chart, your natal birth chart. It is important in that your birth chart is like a fingerprint. It's unique to you. So understanding your placements of your sun, your moon, your rising, your north node, your Venus, things like that can be very, very helpful to understanding what is my life path? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What things can I shift and change? I also look a lot at numerology, at signs and synchronicities that are coming up in your life. Phone numbers are a big one for me. I love it. And, we talk about what those numbers mean for you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually just going to do a quick 3-card pull. The deck that I'm using is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. This is my favorite deck. It's the first deck that I ever owned. After my divorce, I went through a lot of trauma, leaving my own abusive marriage. And so I was working with an intuitive life coach. And so that was my first deck, and it stuck with me. And so I love reading the messages from that. One of the things too, I just published, it's called The Escape. If anyone has someone in their life that they know that is trying to get out of an abusive relationship, it's a quick little 30-page ebook. Intentionally published as an ebook only so that it would remain private for the reader. But if you have somebody in your life or that you know that is looking to leave an abusive relationship, please steer them in that direction because it might be helpful. So everybody just take a deep breath again. Let's get real grounded. I want you to just empty your minds. Just empty them of all thought. And I'm pulling energy from the collective, and I'm asking the universe, God, source, what is the message for the collective for their highest and best good? What is the message for the collective for their highest and best good? I just heard a ding, which tells me that I'm being heard. I love it. Okay, 3-card spread. Your top card, and actually, I'm not going to even show you this, but I'll pull up the cards so you can see them. The top card, which is unseen for you, this card is Thinker. It's a 44 card. Okay, so 44 is actually a master teacher or a master number. So this is a really important card. So for the collective, this card is saying that this is a very important card. This is kind of like in my opinion, it's kind of like a major arcana in tarot, and it's Thinker. So what this says to me is that the collective right now is undergoing mental gymnastics. This is what's unseen for you. Everybody's overthinking things. Okay, so just be aware of that. This is a call to us to, while we use our brains, it's really important to drop into our heart space. And it was interesting because when Holly was talking about love, I was feeling that love. I was really feeling that come forward. I actually carry with me when I travel, because I'm actually traveling this week. One of my stones, my crystals, is a rose quartz, and that's pink. And so that brings in that feeling of love. It does generate love. So it's really about, you can see this little fairy, you can hardly see her. She's sitting there thinking and her wings are down. So the reminder to you is just spread your wings and you can fly. Don't overthink it. Get out of your head, get into your heart. Okay, so that's what's unseen for you. The middle card, which is what's happening in the present now. This middle card is a 13 card. So 1 + 3 is a 4. So now you have a 4, a 4, and a 4. Okay, those are angel numbers. So the fork in the road, it shows you that you've got like an elk here. It's actually, I think, a reindeer. And then you've also got a little monkey up here on the sign. It's asking which way you're going to go. So fork in the road is really about you having to make a decision. So I think you're overthinking the decision. And what Spirit's telling me is that you need to listen more to your heart. Okay. So you'll notice that the monkey is kind of carefree, fancy-free, silly, playful, right? The elk is someone who's very grounded, is very sturdy. It's an earth animal. It's an earth type sign. But the elk also has a little owl on its back. So the owl represents wisdom. If you tap into your heart and allow yourself to receive the information from God, from Spirit, that information will help you make your decision on whether or not you're going to be staying in this very grounded position, or if you're going to basically kind of let loose and be carefree, fancy free. So, but really, this fork in the road is asking you to not overthink it. Just be present, be in your heart space, and the decision will come to you. It's interesting. I wonder what the decision is for all of you. And then lastly, this is interesting because this is a 3 card. It's between worlds. So what I really love about this is that you're going from black and white to like Technicolor here. So you're moving forward and you're going from a very mundane, maybe a lifestyle or situation. You're going into this full colors. You can see very vibrant colors on that. The other thing too is that this flamingo has a crown on its head. So that tells me when you're tapping into your, your heart space and not overthinking it, you're also going to be able to pull from your crown chakra. Okay, so when you're doing meditation, really focus on your crown chakra, focus on your heart chakra. All of your upper chakras are really going to help you with whatever decision this is that for you. But once you transverse this from this black and white mundane world into this full technicolor, vibrant, exciting, fun world, this totally has BT feel too, doesn't it? Once you do that, life is going to be fun and joyful. And I also get very prosperous for each of you. So if like money you've been overthinking money, don't worry. It's coming your way. It's going to actually just release things and let you go into a brighter space. You may even find yourself going someplace to the beach where it feels lighter and easier. If you don't have a beach, maybe go to the pool or something like that. So you might feel yourself being called towards water. Water also represents emotion. So very cool. The number 3. So when we look at numerology, 1 is the start of a cycle and 10s are the end. So the 3 is saying, get ready, you're starting a new cycle. So this is what's coming, you guys. And it's really cool. Once you get out of your head, get into your heart, you're going to be able to make this decision really easily. You're going to move into this technicolor world, but don't overthink it. So there you go.
Thank you, Susie. I love those beautiful cards. They're worth seeing up close, you guys, with all the little details and everything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and when I do readings, just a quick thing, I do take a photo of it and send it to you. You also get a recording of the video, and you get a copy of the little guidebooks, all that stuff too. So
super duper awesome. All right, we're gonna wrap this up today, and we can take a few questions after we're done, but I want to just give you guys a quick summary. But firstly, just to say thank you to everyone who is here as a presenter for the retreat: Phil, Stephanie, Jeremy, Atlantis, Holly, Susie, and then Colleen. You guys is somebody that you will meet. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a beautiful way to wrap up a Monday. I am telling you, all those beautiful energies coming at me. I felt all of you today. So we hope that you all want to know more about the Brave Healer Writers Retreat. It's going to be May of 24. It's going to be at the Honors Haven Retreat Center in upstate New York. And what has been happening in my world a couple of times, again, thanks to Stephanie and Jeremy, first off, is that we've been taking these author adventures, getting together to do the healing work, and then set the energy and create these beautiful books together. And the first time I did that with them, I came home on the plane from Teotihuacan, Mexico, and all I could think was, how do we do that again? How do we do that again? And so we did it again, and I'm going to bring some of my friends to New York with me so that we can do it again. And we're going to do it again a couple of times next year, because we've got a couple of adventures in the works. But the Writers Retreat link is there. And if you're interested, please grab a seat. We are going to take 48 authors. It's a very specific number because it's going to fill 2 collaborative projects, 24 authors each. Those seats are limited because we're not going to be taking more than that per book project. So if you sign up for the retreat, and thank you to those who are here tonight who have already, I see you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of it already. You're going to retreat with us, but you are also going to be part of one of our best-selling titles. And those titles are How to Be Brave, a guidebook for the spiritual warrior, and Love Warriors Volume 2 is going to be the Conscious Expert's Guide to Soul-Filled Relationships. So if you join us for the retreat, you are also securing an author spot in one of the book projects. I want to be super clear that you all know what you are investing in. It's the retreat, 4 nights at Honors Haven. All your meals are included. All of the activities for those 4 nights are included. And we get home and we start on these beautiful book projects together. and it'll be one of those two. And I'll work with each of you to pick the perfect right project. All of y'all could write for either one of those titles. So we have had an early bird ticket price going on that went up a little bit ago. So tier 2 is ready for you, and it's going to be good until the end of October. So please, if you want one of those spots, get it now, because that price is going to go up after starting in the beginning of November. Yes, I'm getting all of this going very, very early because, you know, the retreat center wants its deposit and they want their money, and I want to do this and it's going to be magical. So I'm like hitting y'all up super early for this. This project is going to be your catapult to a sacred portal of transformation for your life and your business. It's going to be a kick in the butt that you need to play bigger in the world. It's going to be a catapult to a more heart-centered, badass community that has your back when it comes to business building. It's going to mean more income for you, or possibly even a new stream of income that you haven't even thought of yet. It could mean taking your business to a 6-figure income if you aren't there yet. It could mean a lot of things. And we are so much more than a book project, and in this case, a retreat and a book project. This is a community that you'll have access to well beyond the launch in whatever levels you want it. So it all starts with saying yes to sharing your story. And by the way, everything has been written before, y'all, but not by you. So what if the thing you're still a little afraid to share is exactly what someone needs to hear to change or even save their life? It is time to be brave. Come share your story with us. If you want to connect with me to chat about the retreat, you have questions, please, you can set up a chat with me privately. I'd be super happy to. But I'm going to go ahead and close out our party tonight on the recording. If you're watching the replay, please connect. bewarriorlove@gmail.com is my email. And I'll stay with our Zoomers for a little Q&A if you have any. Until then, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here.